All right, Shalom. Let's check the feed real quick. Make sure we good to go. We should be good to go. All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Let's get right into it, man. Okay, the skirt is being lifted up on the ungodly nation. Let's get into it. And fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. This is what, from 5 years ago, 2.1 million views. All right. You can read the title of the clip yourself. All right, let's get into it.
A CBS News investigation has uncovered a loophole that allows accused and convicted American pedophiles to escape justice by moving to Israel. So Ian Lee has been following this for more than a year, and he traveled to Israel for this investigation. He worked with a group that tracks people accused of sex crimes, which estimates dozens of Americans have used this loophole.
So, he's 6'2".
We are on a stakeout looking for this man, Jimmy Julius Caro, 48 years old and wanted on charges of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl in Oregon back in 2000 and a 5-year-old girl in Israel in 2001. He's considered dangerous. But these photos are a few years old, so we don't know if he'll look the same. He remains elusive. Previous attempts to capture him have failed.
Obviously, the fear that he would somehow figure out that anyone's looking for him and bolt. He just called his number.
Shauna Aronson got a tip that Caro's expected at this clinic near Tel Aviv.
Who's going to call the
She's
police
with JCW, Jewish Community Watch, an organization that hunts down accused pedophiles who flee to Israel from the U.S., exploiting a process called Law of Return, whereby any Jewish person can move to Israel and automatically gain citizenship. The ease with which pedophiles seem able to use this law as an escape route haunts victims like Mendy Hahn, who says he was abused from age 8 by a teacher at an Orthodox Jewish school in Los Angeles.
So your classroom is right here. How does it feel being back?
I was very anxious and, stressed coming back here. And a lot of memories coming through my mind.
Memories of his alleged abuser, Mordechai Yom Tov, who taught him Hebrew studies when he was just 8 years old.
So in the beginning, he would just rub me outside of my pants, and then I would say about 3 to 4 months later, he started going in.
Reaching down your pants?
Yeah, it's reaching down.
Why did you feel like you couldn't tell anyone?
I was scared. I was ashamed. I just didn't know what people would think of me with the whole situation.
Yom Tov pled guilty in 2002 to sexually abusing and committing lewd acts against 3 other boys. He served jail time, but when he was released, he violated his probation and, according to JCW, fled to Israel with help from individuals within the Orthodox Jewish community. JCW tracked Yom Tov down and confronted him with a hidden camera in Jerusalem, where he admitted to illegally fleeing the United States with help and using a fake passport to enter Israel.
I was supposed to stay for 5 years in the same city. I was supposed to, I was supposed to go every 2 weeks to the police station. I left within a week later.
He had this message for his victims.
I'm very, 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 very sorry.
The other person in this video is Mayor Seawald, the founder of Jewish Community Watch. He tells CBS News Yom Tov's case isn't uncommon in the Orthodox community.
The same thing that's going on in the Catholic Church right now around the world, the exact same thing happens in our community. The rabbis say it's, you know what, he promised.
Bro, look at this dude, man. Right? This shit crazy, man.
He's going to go for therapy. He's never going to do it again. Boom, he's in another community. A few years later, he's at the same thing, and we hear more allegations that the person continued to abuse children.
And often, those abusers end up in Israel. Rabbi Yehuda Oppenheimer says he unwittingly helped Caro escape.
Yeah, these are supposed to be God's so-called chosen people, right?
There was nothing that raised any red flags up to the point where he was moving to Israel?
Well, I wish I could say that, but unfortunately I can't say that. So he had violated his parole, and now they were looking for him. He said that there was something in the past that had happened when he was young, but nothing had ever happened since. I've changed and I'm a different person now, but you gotta help me. I felt that I could trust him. So I wrote him a letter, and he bought a ticket, and he left.
Caro is accused of abusing more children when he got to Israel.
What was that like for you when you found that out?
Punch to the gut. It was very painful.
Rabbi Oppenheimer says the reason he came forward is to shine a light on the process of accused pedophiles fleeing, to help ensure it doesn't happen again. Back at the stakeout, an ambulance pulls up and a man steps out. It's Caro.
That was definitely him. Oh my God. Okay.
The police are called and eventually arrive. His days on the run are over as he's led away.
Did you assault the girl in the United States? No. Did you flee Israel because you assaulted the girl in the United States? Have you ever assaulted any girls in Israel? Do you know that you're wanted by Interpol?
Yeah.
There's relief as police escort him to their car. This marks the end to a months-long manhunt.
Oh my gosh. Can I give you a hug? I have something I need to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. We found him and he was just arrested.
What?
He was just arrested.
Thank you. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Amuna, not her real name, is the person on the other end of the line. She was a little girl when Caro entered her life.
I was 4 or 5 years old. My mother was on bed rest. My father's a rabbi, so he wasn't really home. He used to come to our house. We used to play games, and then it became sexual. I'm going to give you a cookie because you do it so nicely. It's all about the cookie. It's all about lying, and it's all about being so evil to a little child. He also threatened me. He would kill my parents. He would choke me. He would hold me. He would kidnap me.
How did that affect you?
A lot. Yeah. It affected my whole life. My whole life is around this sexual abuse and rape. Yeah.
Amuna turned to therapy and art to help deal with the trauma.
This is in my bedroom and my inspiration.
She paints and writes poetry, but she's still angry that it was allowed to happen in the first place.
What are your thoughts on him being able to come to Israel and flee the United States?
It brings up a lot of anger and a lot of frustration towards the Israeli system.
Shauna says the failure begins in the U.S.
Why would someone want to help one of these pedophiles escape?
Oftentimes there's some sort of community incentive. Either somebody owes them a favor or someone in the community, let's say an institution, has covered up for them in the past, and they know that if this goes to court, there's a lot of civil liability coming down the line, and it's going to cost a lot of money to a lot of people, and nobody wants to deal with that.
Shauna accuses the Israeli police of not prioritizing accused pedophiles on the run.
Why do you have to be the ones that do this?
Because nobody else is. I don't have any better answer than that.
And if you guys weren't doing it,
then nobody would do it.
Israeli police told CBS News that, quote, the police coordinate closely with the Ministry of Justice and worldwide police organizations in order to find suspects overseas. Today, Caro faces charges in Israel, while back in the United States, the district attorney's office in Clackamas County in Oregon told CBS News they are working with federal authorities to secure his extradition. But Mordechai Yomtov remains at large.
Yeah. So you think they really getting punished, man? Come on, man. All right. I wanted to play that just to show you how nasty these devils are, man. And it's all coming out. All right. Real quick. This is Psalm 73. Psalm 73 and verse 3, it says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm." All right. Esau, he has the power. All right. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. His strength is firm. Verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men. Right? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. You see that? Because he has what? Immunity. All right. He can bend the rules. All right. He's not accounted. He's not accounted for, man. This is how these devils are able to get away. Right. But anyway, I want to get into this real quick. All right. Again, right here, this is from the America's First Report. We'll just read a little paragraph or two. It says the Epstein-Rothschild connections. All right. It's all coming out. All right. Like I said, the skirt is being lifted up on the ungodly nation, which are the Edomites, the so-called white race, and the small hats. All right. It's over. Shameful spewing is all over his glory. All right. The Epstein-Rothschild connections and all of this shit that's coming out. This is not new to us. All right. This is not shocking revelation, man. We've been known about this, man. Now it's just being made mainstream. All right. Because we're at the end. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the Spirit is casting this man down. Okay. All of his inner workings, his secrets are being exposed. All right. His reputation is being destroyed. Okay. He can no longer parade himself in the earth as this God-fearing, nation and with morals and respect. All right. You're finding out that these people are nothing but fucking scumbags, demonic. All right. Satanic, man. A bunch of PDF files. Right. The Lord is really revealing this, man. All right. Anyway, it says the latest batch of documents from the Justice Department dropped just days ago pulls back the curtain on Jeffrey Epstein's tangled web of influence. Among the revelations, a series of business ties and private exchanges with members of the Rothschild family, one of the world's most storied banking dynasties. All right. These files, part of over 3 million pages released on January 30th, 2026, paint a picture of Epstein as more than a convicted sex offender. He operated as a connector for elites eyeing profits from global turmoil, man. And it's all coming out. All right. Let's get into some more here. Okay. As the Lord said in Luke 12:2, it says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. All right. We live in the information age, man. Okay. Everything is coming out on this internet. All right. It's all being laid out on Front Street. Anyway, right. Going to this. Excuse me. So this is from the WLT report. All right. It says rapper Nicki Minaj, quote, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult. Right. So like I said, it's not like she's saying shit that we already don't know. All right. And this bitch was she was cooning for Trump or whatever. I don't know if you brothers and sisters saw the video. All right, but he brought her on stage and shit. It was just a total shit show, man. And it's funny, she's talking about Satanism and shit, but what about her so-called alter ego? What was it called, Roman or some shit like that? This bitch is a demon too. All right, so it's just so much confusion going out there, man. But at the end, it's the Lord, man. Okay, he got it all being spilled. Real quick before I get into some more of that. All right, wanted to grab this first, man. Okay, because we're being ruled over by the wicked, man. All right, Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, the prophets, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will and setteth up over it the basis of men. And Esau represents the basis of men. All right, the lowest of the low. All right, he's the lowest of the heathen. You know, Job 30. All right. Job 30 and 7. Let's start here. Job 30 and 7 says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. All right, going into Esau being the caveman, all right, the Neanderthal, right, the Edomite. Okay. It says they were children of fools. Job 30 and 8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. These Edomites, the information that's coming out now, all right, the achrome, the satanic ritual sacrifices, the abusing of children, all of that, man. You know, the cannibalism. All right, these devils were viler than the earth, man. This is who they are. This is a sick people, man. Okay, vile, extremely unpleasant, morally bad, wicked. All right, they are the wicked. Okay, let's see what else. All right, vile, morally despicable, or abhorrent. Nothing is so vile as intellectual honesty, physically repulsive. It says foul, a vile slum, little worth or account, man. That's the Edomite, man. Okay, they are viler than the earth, man. And this is why, as we're going to get into here, and we're just going to get to the point, you know, this lesson is not going to be all long and drawn out, man, because this is what we already knew. All right, the Most High is making Esau, Babylon, a gazing stock, a horrible example, right? And y'all remember this, all right? Because we talked about the rituals and the sacrifices, right? Because remember, this is back in when was this? Back in 2021, right? Remember this whole QAnon shit? Let me pull it up, because they were telling you back then. Let me pull this up real quick. All right. So this is from the Sun. It says, crazy conspiracy. Ex-QAnon believer apologizes to CNN's Anderson Cooper for thinking he eats babies and drinks their blood, right? Remember, they were talking about this, man. This was on CNN. All right. They were talking about, they did a poll, and they said this many Americans believe that, you know, America is being ran by a satanic blood drinking cult or whatever. You know, they had put it out there, man, because it was the people were talking about this stuff, man. All right, real heavy back around, you know, that time of the C-19 and moving forward. You know, the topics of so-called conspiracy theories came up and all of that. All right, so this has been out there, okay?
Did you at the time believe that high-level Democrats and celebrities were worshiping Satan, drinking the blood of children?
Anderson, I thought you did that, and I would like to apologize for that right now. So I apologize for thinking that you ate babies. But yeah, 100%.
You actually believe that I was drinking the blood of children?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Now look what's being reported in the Epstein files, right? The irony. He couldn't get away from it. All right, let's get into this too. Saw this earlier. All right, we just want to get straight to the point here. All right. New Epstein files reveal satanic ritual sacrifices on humans. Right, let's play this. All right.
The new Epstein files prove that morally depraved Satanists run this world. Celebrities, politicians, and famous CEOs have all been implicated. These documents include FBI intake forms, internal email chains, financial memoranda, and first-person written statements that list multiple individuals across politics, business, entertainment, and philanthropy within reported disclosures and correspondence summaries. Before I break this down, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below if you are new, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss a new video. Now, I had the displeasure of reading many of these documents, and I'll summarize each one briefly so you can see how wicked the tip of the iceberg really is. The first shocking piece of evidence is the name of Epstein's bank account, which goes by the name Baal, the demon that the Bible mentions that demanded human sacrifice. The document states, please wire $11,438 from the above account to Baal. Name, Wachovia Bank, NA. A very weird title to call your bank account, but given the fact that these are child monsters and children were sacrificed to this demon, it makes sense.
Yeah, see? It's just all it's all out there, man. All right. Real fast, because we just read in that headline the Epstein and Rothschild connection. All right. All of these celebrities, politicians, presidents, they're all in bed with Satan, man. All right. This is who's ruling. These are your rulers. All right. This is Ephesians 6:10. And it reads, it says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and put in the power of his might, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right. And the whole armor going into this truth, this word. All right. This knowledge and understanding. Verse 12, Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, right? Spirits, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? These are the rulers of the darkness of this world, man. All right. These international banking elites, these Edomites, all right, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all right, the so-called banking families that we know and that we don't know. All right. These are the rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right. And it's all been brought out of what they do, why they do it. All right. How they're tied into these to the left hand of the Most High, these spirits, Satan, these demons, the rituals. All right. The sacrifices, everything, man. All right. The Bible has been giving us the warnings, man. Okay, of who's really in power of this world. See?
The next document shows that Epstein was receiving torture videos from a redacted contact. Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video. Just in that document alone raises so many concerning questions. We also see that Epstein had a baby-making ranch in New Mexico, where women not of age were used as human incubators, with one of the victims writing about it in detail in her diary. Controlled all by Jeffrey, and go to New Mexico? What in the hell? He is now controlling everything. Superior gene pool? Why me? I miss the person I was before I was made into what feels as a human incubator. But if you think that's evil, it gets even worse. George H.W. Bush, the 41st president of the United States, was also implicated after forcing himself on a male victim and proceeding to ritualistically sacrifice him by cutting off his feet, as well as babies being dismembered with their intestines being removed and them eating the feces from their intestines. Yes, I said that correctly, and it's sick. Thanks, I didn't realize Bush R'd him too. Okay, he was a
Yeah. What was that we brought out in Wisdom of Solomon? Let me pull it out real fast. Apocrypha. Bear with me. It's Wisdom of Solomon 12, right? Let's go there real quick. All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon 12. All right. And we'll start at 3. Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. And it reads, it says, for it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land. All right. Speaking about those Hamites, those Canaanites. All right. It says, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices. All right. And they were doing that in the promised land back then before they were cleansed out of the land. Right. Doing the most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. It says, and also those merciless murders of children. All right. Those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh in the feast of blood. All right. This is what they were doing. And you see, Esau got a lot of that shit from them. Them same demonic practices from the Canaanites. Esau's doing that now. Again, on the left-hand side. All right. The what you call it? The Molech child sacrifice. All right. All these things go on behind the scenes for these devils to maintain power. All right. It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that kill with their own hands souls destitute of help. All right. So these same demonic practices go on now at this day. All right. Again, the American people are finding out they're being ruled over by PDF file Satanists. All right. That's been the trending topic online. Okay. The Epstein files are being released. People are reading them. All right. And they're like, how come nobody's doing nothing about it? So this thing, hey, and I was watching the clip. They said that a lot of this stuff is getting revealed because these devils know that nobody's going to do anything about it. All right, they're just letting it be known. All right, so the times that we live in are crazy, man. All right, let's finish this out. Like I said, I just want to get straight to the point. Okay, there's no longer conspiracy, man. Right, where are we at? Here we go.
Them eating the feces from their intestines. Yes, I said that correctly, and it's sick. Thanks, I didn't realize Bush R'd him too. Okay, he was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice, in which his feet were cut with a scimitar but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from these intestines. He was also R'd by George Bush I. However, US presidents weren't the only ones that were implicated. British royalty was as well. Prince Andrew also tortured a victim and proceeded to have the victim unalived right after, with even photo evidence of the night that it happened. The document says back in the 90s, Ghislaine Maxwell recruited a girl for a modeling career. Instead of modeling, she was sold as a slave for sex and torture. Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me to force her murder. That's just absolutely disgusting. But then it also exposes fake philanthropists like Bill Gates. Bill Gates was also implicated after receiving STDs from hookers, as well as asking how he could slip antibiotics into his wife's meals, so that way she wouldn't contract them from him. The email says, to facilitating his illicit trysts, from helping Bill get drugs in order to deal with the consequences of sex with Russian girls. Your STD, your request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda. Jay-Z was also implicated after being present during an abduction of a victim, where the victim was assaulted by Harvey Weinstein while Jay-Z watched it happen. The account says later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into the victim. After this point in the account, the document describes the individual regaining consciousness in a room with multiple high-profile figures present. Now that's a lot of insane information given in a short time, but there's something that we can learn here. Because the question is, why is all of this information being revealed? The answer is pretty simple. God is exposing all of these wicked people in this hour to shatter the idols that people have created out of popular figures who are some of the most morally satanic, depraved people to ever exist. Jesus tells us in Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that will not be revealed, nor anything hidden that will not be known and come to light. It seems like God's judgment is finally coming to these people where everything hidden is coming to light. They may worship the prince of darkness, the devil, but we worship the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ, who holds the world in his hands and is exposing these wicked people before he returns to judge the earth and burn it with fire. The line has been clearly drawn, and you have to choose who you're going to serve, the devil and his pawns or Jesus Christ, the Alpha and the Omega, because God is exposing all of this in hopes that you will return back to him.
Yeah. So, hey, what a time to be alive, man. You know, let me grab this too. Again, talking about the exposure, man. All right. Jeremiah 50:24 says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. So this is it for America, man. All right. This information is mainstream. It's out there. All right. People all over have read the files. More reports are coming out. All right. America's being ruled over by Satan, man. The elites, these top devils, the Edomites, it's all coming out, man. The wicked. All right. They can no longer run from who they are. All right. Psalms 43:1. Judge me, O power, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. All right. These Edomites. Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. For thou art the power of my strength. Why doest thou cast me off? Why go I mourning because of the oppression of the enemy, man? and the Lord is getting ready to take this man down. I have beheld and seen Satan fall as lightning. This is what's happening, man. Okay, those files are nasty work, man. All right, mutilation, all right, sexual abuse, sacrifice, cannibalism, all right, sodomite acts, you know, because it's not just little girls, it's little boys too. All types of wicked shit is going on, man. All right, and the Lord is getting ready to bring the judgment as we see it, man. Okay, real fast. Got a list of tabs up here. Bear with me, right? Sirach 10 and 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. In what manner the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Right. So we're being ruled over, like they were saying online, PDF file Satanists, man. All right. So the people that are under them are following the same suit. Okay, all of these politicians, all of that, the Diddy parties, okay, the shit that's getting exposed with the underground tunnels and the small hats, all of this shit, the Epstein files, Trump, okay, they're all in bed with each other, man. Okay, this world has been given over to Satan, man. All right, so this is who rules this world, man. Esau is the god of this world, man. You see? And he's being exposed. This is it, man. Hey, this information that's coming out, just thinking about it, man, they're going to have to bring forth a big distraction. All right, a bigger distraction to cover this up. This is why we're in the beginning of World War III. All right? They're talking about a financial collapse on the way. There's so much shit going on, man. So they're going to need something major, all right, to, to cover this up, because this is a wrap, man. Like I said, I didn't want to get all into detail. All right, it's too many videos online you can watch on your own to find out the disgusting details and the shit that was going on. It's just it's unbelievable, man. Right? Nahum 3 and 4, and it reads, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mischief of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft, right? And Nineveh back then was known as the epicenter of witchcraft. And now in this modern sense, in this modern time, that could be applied to America, Babylon. All right. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. See that? The skirt is being pulled up. All right, and the view is nasty, terrible. All right, the shit that's coming out. All right, I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. See that? The whole world is seeing this, man. Okay. It says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. A gazing stock is a horrible example, and that's what's being made to the Edomites right now, man. All right, they're a bunch of fucking freaks, weirdos, PDF files, Satanists, cannibals. All right, drinkers of blood. All right, destroyers of children. Okay. It's all coming out, and there was a video I wanted to play, but they probably would have took the video down. All right, but there's a video of Putin calling out America, man. He was calling out the PDF file and the Satanism that goes on in the West. All right, so these things are being talked about worldwide. It's over, man. No more running, no more hiding, man. All right, it says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. Verse 7, and it shall come to pass that all that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforts for thee? Right. So just like how Nineveh, just as Babylon is taken down, who's gonna bemoan for this place, man? Okay, it's a wrap, man. You know, there's no turning back from this point, is what I'm telling you, man. All right, so expect even more major things to go down to offset, you know, the exposure that's coming out. All right, the rituals, the cults, the 8 to the chrome, all of that, man. Like I said, we're not gonna go into the vivid details. You can check all that shit out on your own, man. All right, we just here to tell you that Babylon is finished. All right, these Edomites are done. All right, Jeremiah. All right, talking about some goddamn Christian nation and, you know, make America great again. America's fucking finished, man. All right, right along with you Edomites. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, right? His secret councils, you know, his secret groups. You see what I'm saying? The rituals, the witchcraft, the sorcery, all of that, man. You know, how they got America, right? What they have to do to keep power. You know, who they deal with on the left-hand side, who they commune with, the you know, Baphomet, you know, the transgenderism, transhumanism, all of that shit, man. It's all witchcraft. It's all wicked. I have uncovered his secret places, and he should not be able to hide himself. He can't hide no more, man. All right? The so-called white man in the tiny top are the biblical Edomites. All right? He should not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right? And the Lord is getting ready to come and wipe you out. All right? Obadiah 1:18. In the house of Jacob should be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they should kindle in them and devour them, and there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai has spoken it, man. His time is up, man. All right, so we'll leave it right there. All right, again, the skirt is being lifted up on the ungodly nation. It's over. Shalom.